everyone, and greetings from India. This is Nirbhay Chauhan from Eklavya Self-Learning Tutorials. Well, this is the sixth tutorial in our series TechDraw for BIM full course. And in this session, we'll be covering all about the annotations, all the annotation objects in the TechDraw workbench. So in the previous one, we discussed all about the dimension objects. So if you haven't watched, just do watch that particular video. It will be quite helpful. So today we'll be going forward with the annotation object. So here, let's start with that. So here you can see you have this some certain annotation objects, or you can also go to a top ribbon, and here you can select the annotations. So we have three annotation objects along with the leader line as mentioned here. So we'll go one by one, and the one annotation objects, one object which was actually given here in dimension, but this is actually an annotation object. So we'll cover this balloon part also. Fine. So let's start with this. So the first thing is which says insert annotation, simply insert annotation. So how does this thing work? Just simply click on it, and here by default on your drawing space you get this annotation. Okay, if you zoom on it and if you switch on your frames and click here, fine. So here you get the properties. The first is text, of course. Suppose just click on these three dots. I want to insert a text here, so I can say um, different views of parametric house project. All right, I can click OK. So here you get different views of parametric house project. This is the type of annotation you can say. And then the font, this is up to your convenience. Suppose Figure UI, or you want to set anything else. So it's totally up to you how you feel comfortable. Okay, so we can go with the default one, which is okay for us, which was the Figure UI. Fine. Then the text color. Text color is also up to you. Suppose you want to give any other color like orange or something like that. Again, up to your convenience. So we can say we can give it a color of like this is okay. Yeah, this seems to be okay. So different views of parametric house project. Moving further, we have text size property. The maximum width and line space 80 is okay. If you so by default this is -1. Suppose I'm saying it to 1 inch. So it will automatically adjust your annotation object with the as per the width parameter. So you can make it 2, and this will be like this. Okay, so all control is there in your side basically. Or what thing you can do is you can also enter multi-line here like this. So if I say XYZ, suppose just for example, so you'll get like this. So rather than going in the size thing, this you can keep it -1 and allow it to automatically adjust your overall annotation thing. Okay, it's better to move the things there where they're actually applicable in the proper in the basically the text object. So to make it back to the original -1 thing is, so just click on the maximum width and this fx and just write here -1. Fine, and just click anywhere, and then you can simply refresh your drawing and the overall recompute object, so it will make it back to the original orientation. Fine. And as I was telling you, it's better practice to keep your text here in the text object, and here you can define multi-line things. Suppose I can say different views of parametric house project. So what I can do is I can just select these, Control X, I can select this, and then you can see these are adjusted in 2 lines. Fine. Text size is also okay with us. The text style, it says normal, bold. You can make it bold. You can make it italic, or you can make it bold italic. So all the things are in your control basically as you feel comfortable in arranging the things. Okay, so you can say it like italic thing is okay so far. And then the base, the position locking, the rotation, all the things as we discussed. The caption is basically the, you can say the heading or the caption of this particular annotation object. So this thing we don't require. In the view properties, these are default properties, need not to worry about that. So these were the properties of your basically annotation object. So this we can keep, suppose we want to keep it somewhat here. You can keep in your drawing, and then if you switch off the labels, you will see it something like this. Fine. Or what we can do with this is, you switch on the labels. As you can see, the font size is bit, I can say 0.125 inches or 0.25 is the same. 1.5 would be fine. Or okay, so this much size of our font is okay, and we can align it somewhat here. Fine. And the line space, this also I can tell you, like suppose if you say 100, so how your lines are basically placed. So if you say 200, the line um, distance will be increased. So maximum is not like that. So it's between 0 to 10 basically. So it's better to keep it a bit higher on side. So as we saw here, so 100 is quite okay with us. And the text style italic. Fine guys, so we can keep it here, and then we can also lock its position, which is here. Done. So now the thing that we basically want to discuss further is about leader line. So how this thing basically works is, you have to simply select the view in which you are interested, and then we'll click the this option which says add leader line to view. Once we are done with this is, so before going with the line thing and placing the points for your overall leader line, there are certain properties. First is the base hue, which we have started right now, which is okay, and the start symbol. So we have given filled arrow by default. You can give dot also, open arrow, as per your convenience. End symbol, why we are keeping none here, because we'll be adding some text at the end of it. So but you can choose as per your own convenience. Then the color we can suppose give like red, and then the width of the line basically, and then the style, which is continuous, no line, or whether it is dash. So continuous is okay. Now we'll pick the points. Suppose we want to highlight here that there are certain changes that need to be made in the view. So what we can do is, so we can say we want to shift this wall. Fine. And I'll add this line here, and then the second neck basically. So hold your control key if you want to keep it straight. Otherwise you can make it like this. If you hold your control key, it will go in that particular direction like this, in the horizontal direction. So I'll click here, and further it can ask you. Now you can simply uh, click on escape. Done. And then you can click OK. Now you can see your leader line has been placed. Now further, just to show you the properties are the same which we discussed while constructing it. So here you have a leader line, the properties. So okay, all the properties are like that only. What we can do here, the thing basically is, um, you can name its label. Okay, and the view properties also, you have simple things which we just will discuss in the properties, so need not to worry much about it here. But still you can change it further also. Suppose the start symbol I want to keep it like dot, and then you see it's changed here. Fine. But we were happy with the filled arrow, so we'll go with that. Now we want to add text here. So for adding text, you can again use your same component which was insert annotation. So after you click on it, here it comes, and I can place it just randomly here. Okay, and I can enter text is here is uh, need to resize the wall. Fine, and click OK. And what I can do is I want to make it multi-line, so this much I can delete and write on next line. Fine, and click OK. So it says need to resize the wall thickness. If you switch off the frames, this is how you get your text. So I can place it as per my convenience. So something like this, which is quite okay. Fine guys, so this is how you place your text, some custom and along with the leader line, and then you can go with it. And then what I can do is I can just log the position. Fine, and here we go. And once I switch off the frames, you can see your annotation plays beautifully. All right. The next thing basically, just let's make it red also because leader line is red. Just a second. So I'll change the color to red just to add the intensity that this is something that needs to be changed. And also let me just slightly change its position. Fine. Then I can lock it and switch off the frames. Done. Now the second thing which comes, which is something similar to this, it is the balloon annotation. Okay, this is something very essential. So this you can how you can use this is basically suppose um, I am interested in this particular column. Fine. So what I will do is this says select an object first. So object is obviously suppose this column. I'll click on it here and then select the annotation object. And now basically where I do is need to start the balloon, the starting point. Suppose I click here and then here you get your balloon. Now comes the properties of this balloon. Suppose I click here, okay, and then you have the properties here like the text which you want to display. Suppose I can write here RC column, RC square column. Fine, and you can see the balloon is getting adjusted automatically with reference to your text size, and then you can place it wherever you like this. So this is something adequate position. Um, This is the location, the source view, the end type is dot. This also you can change. So we are okay with the dot thing, or you can make the filled arrow. Filled arrow is okay with us. The end type scale, the scale of this object, which is 1, fine. The bubble shape is circular. Here what you can do is, before going to bubble shape, let's discuss other properties. The shape scale, that is 1 is okay. The text wrapping length, -1, which is okay. That means there is no wrap, means how the going things are going multi-line. Suppose I write here is something like 1, and then you can see the wraps has been done. Or if I increase it to 5, this is how the things are happening. If I set 0, like this. So by default -1 is okay. Okay, default thing. The kink length, which is this thing, how you want to adjust this particular kink. So see 1 by 4th inch. Suppose I'm saying it 2 by 4. You can see the kink length has increased. So 1 by 4 is okay. Sorry. Then you can lock the position as per your convenience. Suppose I'm locking it. The scale type custom, everything is okay here. Uh, then you can label it to know where in the tree view how things are placed. And the view, you have the color. Suppose color, I want to make it something like mm, this dark green. Fine. And then it will be shown as color. Then you have the font, just like the annotation, the font size. Okay. Now moving to one property which I told you earlier, the bubble shape. So you have circular, you have none, which doesn't display any balloon. Okay, you have triangle, you have inspection thing with some fillets around it. You have hexagon, you have square, and then finally you have rectangle. So for rectangle, there is one interesting thing, how you can enter the separators basically. So you click here, okay, you click on your text. Suppose I want to add separators here. So suppose there is no space in between here. So what I will do is I'll just enter this letter, which is the something like I just next below your backspace with the shift key and here, and then you can see it automatically adds separators to your text. So this is applicable only in the rectangular annotation. Okay, so this is for your convenience how you can take use of it. So the text that we can write here is RC square column is something. Okay, so what I can do is I can make it RC column and then write it square. Fine. So this is how you get your balloon annotation as well. Fine, guys. Now going forward, another feature that we can discuss here is the rich text annotation, which you can insert from here. So just click anywhere on your drawing. Suppose we're not clicking in any view, and we click here, and now the base feature which is empty. Suppose I was clicking on any view and then I was selecting this, then you will get a base feature in which it is dependent upon. So we want to keep it sheet dependent, means overall on the page. So I'll click on the empty space and then go to this feature. The maximum width of the overall, which is -1, which makes it automatic adjustable. You can enter your text here as well, or you can start from here. So then you have the show frame feature. Suppose we want to show the boundary, which is of black color, and then the width of the line, which is okay. The style of the line continuous, or you can choose from the predefined lines here. Now moving to text here, you can enter text here as well, or you can open this window which says insert rich text editor basically. So here you can start entering your text. Suppose I say things to be noted, all right, and then I can start entering my points. For entering points, I can take use of this formatting, either bullets or either points. So bullets are okay. So I can write here is like trying not to be scaled, okay, not to be shared with third parties, or you can say another information is for more information contact us. Fine. So right now I'm just saving it, clicking OK. So here you get your rich text annotation. Now what we can do is we can make some changes. I'll double click on it. Suppose I don't need the frame, I'll switch it off. Fine. Or I can switch it on back. If I switch it off and click OK, you'll see you won't get your box. So what we can do is we can switch on the frame. Now other thing is in text editor, if you see, if I just select my one of the text, and here you see certain predefined paragraph formattings. If I say heading 1, you see it gets something like this. Heading 2 is this, italics. So right now it's okay if we go with centered thing. What we can do is we can resize the font. Suppose I'm making it like 14, say. And then there are certain things like making the things bold. Suppose this is the heading, I want to make it bold. I can click here. I can make it italic, I can keep it underline, I can keep it cross. So but we don't require them. Simple bold heading is okay. And then these are the pointers, which is drawing note to be scaled, note to be shared with third parties. And other thing that you can add here is this hyperlink. So suppose I'm clicking it on us icon here, and I then click on the hyperlink, and then I can add a URL here, which is clickable, of course. So which can be like a link to my blog. Fine, I'll click OK. Okay, and then there are headings like you can adjust the color of the font. Suppose the drawing color, I can change its background to like this. Okay, if I want to highlight something, or I can change the foreground color as well. Suppose I can make it green. This is how you can change the things. Suppose I don't want anything like that. So I can make it back to black color, and the foreground thing I can make it white, which was the default. Fine. Or what you can do is, as it is creating a problem, you can click here, you can say remove character formatting, which is like this, or you can remove all the formatting at once. So it will remove all the formatting. Then if you want to simply remove any color thing, just select the text, click it again and simply click on cancel. It will remove that particular formatting thing. So what I can do is, as this we removed all the formatting. So this we can make it again bold, which is okay. And here you can add the pointers with this. Done. And then the text you can adjust back to 14. And then here we actually needed our hyperlink, which you can quickly write here. Fine. I'll save this, click OK. And then here you get your box shaped headings or rich text annotation, and I can switch off the frames, and this is how you basically get it here. I can then move it, I can place it as center basically, which is fine. One other thing that can be mentionable here for the rich text annotation is that you can also insert an image in your text. So suppose I start editing it, and at the top here I want to insert one picture here. So icon is this one, which will help to insert your picture. Suppose I click here, and these are the formats which are applicable. So I have my images in PNG, so I can go with suppose this particular icon. I'll click OK and I'll save it. Once I'm done, you can see your picture is also inserted with your rich text annotation as well. One another important thing which is last when it comes to the annotation objects is the welding annotation. Okay, so this welding information can be added with the help of Leaderline. So Leaderline is the main parent of this. You need a Leaderline for this. However, in BIM aspects, usually there is no much of the welding information, but still, if you're using part objects and you are from the mechanical field, you can definitely take use of this. So I'll just show you a sample how you can use it. So before using this, if you click on it, it says select exactly one Leaderline for using this. So here we have this Leaderline component. I'll select my view. I click on Leaderline. Okay, and then it asks me about a start symbol and all those aspects. So start symbol I can give a dot, end symbol cross is okay, and the style is continuous. This I can make as dot. Fine. So I can start with the point. Here's options which says pick points. So I can start with the pointer information is this one, and then I can start giving my leader line. I'll click here. I'll hold control key to move it in straight line and click here and then finish. by just clicking or right click, and or you can press escape also. Now I'll click OK. Now you have your leader line placed here. If I'll just show you, yeah. So here you have the leader line, which looks fine. So what you can do is you can increase the size if you want, or you can change the, if you like double click again, you can again get back to here. Despite of dot, dash would be fine as dots are quite less. So dash is okay. Now once you're done with the leader line, just click on a leader line again, just select it. Once you're done with the selection, now go to the welding information. So it will open a task window where you have your welding parameters and the symbols that you can add. So suppose here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parameters which you can give as a text, okay, which can be text after other symbol side. So firstly I'll show you the symbols. Like these are symbols you can give. Suppose this one, and below symbol is this one. This is how you can add symbol. Suppose I click OK, this will give you symbols like this. Fine. If I re-click on the weld symbol and I change here from suppose something like this, or the below symbol with this one. This is how you can change the symbols. You can flip the sides if you want, like this. You can delete anyone if you want. You can go with the field read, like this symbol, which is already there. The symbol directory, this one, which is there by default. So we are not bothering that. Then you have the all round symbol like this, and then you can do the alternative, okay, which will alternate the symbol thing. I'm not from a mechanical background, so just pardon me for that. Then you can start entering your text, like give it like upper side. This is your bottom side. Then this is your upper left. Means you can have your text here. Then this is your upper right. This is your bottom left. This is your bottom right. And then at last, you have this tail text. So you can write here sample weld. Alright guys. So this is something that you need to adjust in terms of the, so I'll click OK for right now. This is how you get your basic weld symbol. Then you can click here and then you can lock the position if you want. Um, then you have parameters controllable here as well, which we did from our, basically, suppose I'm making alternative. So I can do it from here as well, just like you did in your task window. Then these are the things, and font you can decrease. So you can see tile font size basically bothering us. So we can make it same. So this is okay. This has to be decreased. Can make it 1 by 8. So yeah, this suits a bit to us. So this is how basically you can go with the weld symbol, guys. And this was the finishing up for this particular session of the annotations part. Now moving forward, we'll be covering about the cosmetic objects, which is very essential to place temporary dimensions as well and temporary lines, and you can control the lines very behavior as well, how they appear in the drawing. So see you guys in the next tutorial. Till then, do practice the given file in the description below. Let me know with your comments how you find it and what improvements can be made further. So till then, take care, goodbye. This was Nirbhay Chauhan. Thank you so much.